VK2 India Uniform Whiskey taking on the call sign of Victor Kilo 2 Hotel Zulu Portable for the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net. Good evening to everyone. Back to winter again by the feel of it. ILP Reflector 9501, no echo link again. VK2 US seems to be off air permanently by the looks of it. You can catch a live video, or almost live, on Ustream. Just do a Google search for Ustream VK2IUW, should find me there, or ustream.tv/channel/VK2IUW. Good evening to one and all. Any check-ins for the Blue Mountain Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net? VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listen. Evening Danny. Any further check-ins? VK2 HZ Portable listen. Good evening Lewis. Good evening Bob. Any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net? Don't need to be a member to join us. Anyone's welcome. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening. Nobody else around. Good evening. Trust everyone is well and keeping warm. A bit chilly this evening. What have you been up to, Danny? Need to get your radio back to you. VK2 WLS, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 WLS. G'day Hugh, g'day Lewis, and g'day Bob. Hope all is well. Firstly, I have to apologise for my absence the last 2 weeks. Getting involved in computer games will do that to you. And every intention of joining. My cousin's got me hooked on Minecraft. Both times I've sort of looked at the clock and it's been 9 o'clock, so it's like that much, so to speak. I'm looking at your live stream there. You're all looking good tonight. And on the radio front, I'll get it back one day. Not too concerned. It's in safe hands. I haven't been up to too much. I need to get this HF antenna up a little bit higher. I'm just not really hearing anything too well. But other than that, it's been very quiet on the radio front. I was trying to listen to Papa 29 Lima was on 7149 earlier tonight calling, but could not hear me. So hopefully I'll catch them around a little bit later. Anyway, I'll pass back to you there, Hill, and I'll be here for the next over. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable is playing with his computer. VK2 WLS.
Now writing. I'm writing on bits of paper, notes of what you're telling me. Minecraft, yes. Yes, my kids have spent many a happy hour playing Minecraft, that's for sure. I've only played once, I think, and yeah, the kids spent too many hours playing Minecraft, and yeah. P29LL, I'll have to go searching for them later. There was some wonderful conditions on Sunday on 40 metres, mid-afternoon, about 3 p.m. local. Stations were coming in from all over, all corners of the globe. Managed to work just about everywhere, Europe, US, Canada, South America, all over. Some excellent signals around. Lasted about an hour and then it went away. So it's not totally dead out there. 40 has certainly been producing some excellent signals from around the globe. What have I been doing? Bob will tell you what I've been doing. Anyway, round to Lewis. On your way to work, Lewis, VK2JDW mobile VK28, oh dear, VK2HZ portable.
VK2HZ portable, VK2 Juliet Delta Whiskey mobile. G'day there, Danny, and also g'day there, Bob and Phil. Yeah, well, if you go up one more band onto 20 metres, you'd be working the world all day, every day. 20 metres is exploding at the moment. With Europe in the afternoon and pretty well right through to about 3 in the morning, and probably early morning through to around about 7 o'clock, Europe again. So and throwing a bit of the United States and South America, South Africa. Yeah, it's been brilliant, but I've had a terrible one today there, Hill. I turned the radio on and turned the amp on, and I spent a good half an hour trying to work out why my amp wasn't working. The lights were on, but nothing was happening, and normally when you tune them, you kind of put it into RTT mode. It kind of works then, so one of those brain snap days, but other than that I haven't been up to much. I got on the IRLP the other morning, 3 o'clock, got off at 5 o'clock. At work I was kind of bored, and had a wonderful 2 hours there. But other than that, not much there. Hill, VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 Juliet Delta Whiskey.
Yeah, okay, Lewis. That sounds all like good fun on 20 metres, working the world, which is what we should be doing. Yeah, I find I like 40, particularly when it's open. It's good fun, and a little harder than 20 metres. But 20 is good too. But enjoy the challenge of 40 metres. So you can see on my stream what I've been playing with for most of the week, and having a little bit of fun. So yeah, don't work too hard this evening, Lewis. Yeah, you're a good signal into the box at the moment. Not sure how far are you away from work, Lewis?
Up near Memory Road there, Hill.
Okay, maybe time for we go around and see what Bob's got to say. Good evening, Bob. Trust you well. VK2 AOR, VK2 Hotel Zulu portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 AOR. Yeah, I'll just drop the power back on this radio. I don't have to trash the repeater. Wondering if you're still getting a good copy. VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 AOR.
With a word from your sponsor there, I think. Yeah, no, you're perfect, Bob. Go ahead.
Roger, okay. Hill, yeah, we've been playing satellites, haven't we? Didn't arrive home in time to catch it tonight, but anyway, should be all okay for the, well, we'll see how we go for getting home in time tomorrow night. But took my mum to the specialist today, and it was, didn't get home until after the pass. Had a few other things to do, and that's been about it. Yeah, I copied the comedy net on this morning with mixed results on 40 metres, and we've got to get an antenna up for 20 metres, so that's vertical and it's got to sit on a pole, so just got to sort that out. And the other thing I was going to do was try and put up my old fan dipole as well, and perhaps strip off the 80-metre section and just use the other bands, which at least gives me a bit more versatility there. But the vertical should operate on all bands up to 2 metres, so I believe, so that'll be interesting. VK2 Hotels Liverpool, VK2AR, and good evening to Danny and Lewis as well. Over to you, Hill.
Yeah, okay, Bob, you're a good signal into the box. I just forgot to start my recording, my audio recording anyway. So yeah, I'll be good to if you can get another antenna up to get on some more bands and maybe get a reasonable signal out on 80 meters. That'd be good. So yeah, that'd be excellent, Bob. And yes, been playing satellites with the new 6 Chinese satellites that went up on Sunday, so I've been having fun with those. They're pretty strong signals. There's actually 9 that went up. 6 of them got useful bits and pieces on for ham radio, 6 linear transponders, 2 meters and 70 sems, and there is an FM transponder as well, but that one doesn't seem to be turned on at the moment. Although I didn't get a reply to my my question on the AMSAT list asking when if it was active, but I keep listening and it's not there, so I'm assuming it's not active either, that or my radio's broken or something. But we could almost have 1 transponder each for each operator in Australia, I think. Had a few QSOs through the transponder, not too many, but they're certainly working well, that's for sure. Okay, down to the bottom of the list, let's see if there's any further check-ins to the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable listening.
VK2FF. VK2FWAY.
Good evening, Brian. Good evening, Wayne. Trust you well. Any further check-ins? VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. No, nobody heard. I'm just going to pass it to Lewis, guys. He's probably at work by now. His mobile. VK2 JDW mobile. VK2 HZ portable.
Yeah, VK2 Hotel Zulu portable. VK2 Juliet Delta. Good evening there to Brian and also Wayne as well. Yeah, not much more happening. I've got a long roster for the next month working, so I'll be quite active on the roads. That's about all I can say there, Hill. But hopefully I've got Sunday off this week. Hopefully there's a bit of Europe running around on 20 metres, or even later tonight on 40 metres great into the USA and that. So hopefully a bit of that on Sunday night there. Anyway, thanks for running the net there, Hill, and also 73s and 73s and everyone else there. And catch you around next week there, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 Juliet Delta Whiskey, 73s there, Hill.
Yeah, okay, Lewis, not a problem. Good to have you along as usual, and trying to have a nice and easy and peaceful evening, and drive home safely tomorrow morning. I suppose you got some company with the radios in the car. That's excellent. Okay, have a good one, Lewis. Thanks for coming up. Brian, good evening to you. Trust you well. VK2AAF, VK2HZ Portable.
VK2HZ Portable, VK2AAF, and good evening to you too, Hill. Just checked in and looked in on you on the Ustream, but found a little discombobulation because of the delay on the video, so I've switched it off so that I can just listen to one source. But surprised you heard me call to check in. I'm still familiarizing myself with this Yaesu FT7900 radio that I got from Danny, and thanks for that, Danny. It's doing quite well. Because I was listening on the input, and the ICOM radio I've got, IC208H, when you're listening on the input and you key up, it automatically switches the mode back to normal repeater mode. The 7900 doesn't. It remains in reverse mode, and so I actually was transmitting on 147.05 when you heard me check in, and using only 5 watts tonight because I'm only 5 3/4 kilometers from the repeater. But anyway, don't have a whole lot to mention tonight. Just trying to muster the nerve to get the tower project started. Need to shovel away some sand to find out exactly how much rock boring I've got to do, but have not managed to do that. But the tower project has stretched out too long now. It's about 19 to 20 months into after I've acquired the tower, and it's got to get vertical or it's got to get scrapped. So say the XYL. So that's my project for the coming week. So other than that, not much. Back to VK2 Hotels with a Portable, VK2AAF.
That's funny, Brian. I can remember having a tower sitting around. Somebody actually gave me a tower in my earlier days in Guernsey, and it was sitting around for I don't know how many years in the back garden. I never did get time to put it up before I emigrated to Australia. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. That made me laugh. And it's definitely a priority, that's for sure. You don't want that to go anywhere or lose that one, and that'll give you some necessary height for some decent antennas, so that'll be good. You were talking about the Ubiquiti stuff last night and mentioned $70. If I could find one for $70, I'd murder you. So you've got to be careful which, if you do go and buy something, Brian, what version you buy, because there's only particular versions that'll take the broadband hamnet firmware. So if you have a look on the site, then it'll explain what's what and what versions of the Ubiquiti devices you can actually use. So you have to be a little bit careful on there. Good to hear you. Thanks for coming on, Brian. Really appreciate it. And the radio's sounding really well. No problem at all. Sounds excellent. Good evening, Wayne. Trust you well. What have you been up to? Can we persuade you to get on satellites? The 6 new ones have gone up, and they're working a treat. VK2 FWAY, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 FWAY. Good evening, Hill, and to Danny, Bob, and Brian as well. I didn't take much persuading, I don't think, Hill. I think I sort of led into it saying that I had a particular interest in it. But I've been listening. I did go out and calls since I last spoke to you, Hill, about to see if you were around, but you were obviously off playing elsewhere. Anyway, I'll put it back to you and try not to time out the repeater. VK2 8Z portable, VK2 FWAY.
Yeah, okay, Wayne, not a problem. Yeah, probably if you want to find out where I am, is load up as many satellites as you can on. This is an email from Brian, isn't it? To see which ones are around, and that's probably where I'll be. Yeah, I've been playing with the new satellites that went up on Sunday, so it's been a bit of fun. A few QSOs on there, and those quad, yeah, it's going to work for you. I mean, I've just got a horizontal beams, they work, but if you want the ultimate, obviously it's going to be circular polarized antennas, so crossed or X Yagis, phased for circular polarization, and Bob will be able to tell you all about that, because that's what he has up, and that gives him excellent coverage to all the satellites, particularly SO50, the FN transponder, which seems to spin an awful lot. I struggled tremendously with SO50, but Bob and a lot of other people that are running circular polarization and switchable circular left and right have no problems at all really with that. Round back to Danny, VK2WLS, VK2HZ portable.
Thanks very much there, Hill. Good to see you and Bob have been playing with satellites, and seems to be more radio towers on the ground than there are in the air, and no, mine's not up yet. The greyhound has been sick, so he hasn't been out digging the hole. Got a bit of an infection at the moment, so he's on strike for a few weeks. I'm watching your stream, as you know, Hill, and I'm wondering if you've got the little part that I require to adapt the null modem cable to my computer. If you've got that handy, if you could show via your stream. If not, that's fine as well. Good evening to Brian and Wayne. Good evening to you too. Brian, glad you're happy with that the radio. They're good, and yeah, glad it's working out for you. Not much moderate. The Hill, I'll be around for the next round. I'm just sitting here watching your stream and the different things you're putting up on the monitor. Quite interesting. I can see that you're busily searching your end, so I'll just hang on to the mic for a little bit longer. Yeah, all well and good. I'll be here for the next round, and I'll pass it back to you. VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2 W11.
VK2 FBO Lassade.
Wanderer returns. Good evening, Bill. Trust you well. Trust you had a good trip. See your family, and good to hear you back. Somebody did say that they'd heard you on the repeater. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, maybe on a Wednesday afternoon or something. So hope everything's okay with you. Good to hear you back. Round to Lewis's will be at work, so back round to you, Bob. VK2 AOR, VK2 HZ portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu portable via VK2 RAG. Next time you come back, Hill, just let me know if the ident is from RAG is coming through at your end, or you just know because there was a carrier and no signal. I'm just interested in how that works.
they've refurbished the runway and it extended it about 400 metres, so it's quite a spiffy looking little airfield at the moment. But I ducked in there and grabbed some aeronautical maps. So I'll have a closer look at the path between us. And g'day to Brian and Wayne and Bill, VK2FBI. To Wayne, the antennas I have are cross jargies, which they're virtually, say, a horizontal beam and a vertical beam on the same boom, but they're a quarter wave in front of each one. One's a quarter wave in front of the other one, and they were M-squared antennas that I bought. They were available from a dealer that's since gone out of business, but then I had to purchase another kit which made it switchable, and that came with all the bits to change over. Otherwise you've got to run the antennas back into, probably into switches to switch it, and that's what some people do. They just run two beams and switch it, but this is all pretty much automatic, and it's just a matter of feeding the antenna into
Yes,
your
Brian,
radio.
it's that one.
Yeah, they're great. What happens with SO50, which is the FM satellite, when it's hurtling through space, it tumbles. It's not a really fast tumble, but it tumbles, and what happens is the antenna points out towards space, and you've got about a 30 dB loss of signal, and that changes its polarity, so it's actually coming back in the opposite polarity. So just a little switch.
Oh dear, Bob's timed the IRLP out. Hopefully, you're watching, Bob. You've timed out. Although the stream's probably about at least 15 seconds behind, depending on the speed of your internet connection and so on and so forth. So it just breaks, see if he's back. You timed out the repeater, Bob. VK2AOR, VK2HZ portable. Yeah, you timed out the repeater, Bob. If you're back with us, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Don't know if you've got to reset it your end, or if I have to reset it my end. Not sure if Stephen's around to tell me that. Brian, yes, that will work. And what I don't know if you're watching my stream, but that's exactly the same one that I have here, and it works okay. Obviously only horizontal or vertical, not both at the same time. That hasn't got the two antennas. Obviously it's either horizontal or vertical. The NanoStation M2 has got both polarities, which seems to work really well, and then you can get a rocket, but you have to buy a separate antenna for the rocket, and they're very expensive, or can be very expensive. Just take a break, see if Bob's back with us. Timed out the repeater, Bob. VK2AOR, VK2HZ portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2AOR. I'm back. Heard your conversation there, and sorry about that. I have to get myself one of those chest timers so I can hit the button and get a signal back that it's time to let the button go. Okay, well, sorry
everything you say is worth listening to, Bob. That's for sure. No problem there. I can't honestly remember, to be honest with you. You got past talking about the crossed Yagis and the additional bit that you have to switch the polarity as well. So we'll carry on and round to Brian. VK. Oh, Brian. The delay is at least 15 seconds, sometimes up to a minute, because I'm not paying for anything that they do the transcoding in the background very slowly. VK2AAF, VK2HZ Portable.
Fine business, Hill. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF. Yeah, I could have sworn that you sent out the link to the city something, city microwave, or what is it? City, geez, what was it? City technology link to the Ubiquity air grid antenna. And I was really quite shocked to find it around $73, considering I'd seen it for pretty close to, actually more than twice that price on another Sydney source. So if that one will work, that's great. But I think that in my case, I think I'm probably going to be a link in between east to west. So I'm probably going to need two of those. One pointed east, one pointed west, and then got to work out how to tie them together, whether that's by way of just a simple hub or router, and then tie a PC to it if I want access to the system. But otherwise, I'd just like it to sit there and be a relay. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. I think I can point one east, point one west, and just kind of let it roll. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF.
Yeah, okay, Brian. Yeah, no, that's exactly the same one as I have. And the one I'm holding in my hand at the moment is a different one. It's a grid. It's a bullet, the Ubiquity bullet, but it's 5.8 gigs. This is a 5.8 gig device, and it's called a bullet M5 with a, what is that? It's a 22 dBi grid. So again, either horizontal or vertical, depending on what you want. But yeah, it depends who comes on board and who you can see and who you can't see, and what they've got. Stephen the other day was telling me that somebody he knows had brought a node up to his place because he wanted to see if his 2.4 gig node was working okay. He's got a 2.4 gig bullet with a vertical, and they tried and tried and tried and couldn't get it to work, and they found that his colleague had bought a 5.8 gig device instead of a 2.4 gig device, so that's why they couldn't talk to each other. So there you go. So maybe you can have a 5.8 gig link to Phil, and provide a backbone up there with each of you with a 2.4 and a 5.8, to take the 2.4 gig from around you, and then have a backbone down the mountain. There you go. There's a plan. Just let me put that down and break, and come back. And who's on the list yet? Wayne, VK2 FWAY, VK2 HZ Portable.
Yeah, VK2 HZ Portable, VK2 FWAY has just found his stopwatch and has just started it so we can keep track of what's happening. Get back to Bob. I realised the gist of how the antennas work. Bob, what I was looking at is what's called an X quad, made by a company in Germany called BMARC. It's a quad and also it has dual feeds. Just use a phasing harness and have horizontal and vertical or right-hand circular polarization. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. They've also make a 70 centimetre version as well, which I thought a pair of them will be should be fairly good for what I require. They can be packed up fairly small and don't cost a lot to ship. Fairly solid and quite short in the boom length. They're not overly power. They don't have a great deal of gain. I think the 2 metre is about 10 or 10 point something. And I think the 70 centimetres is about 12 dB or something. So I thought that would be suit my needs. Something nice and light, because the mast for my 70 centimetre for my VHF UHF is only fairly light. It's not that heavy, as opposed to the mast that is
What's happened to the
down on the
lights?
ground like everybody else's.
Seem to have lost my
For
lights.
my HF, which is extremely heavy. So I'll just unkey and don't time out the repeater, and we'll go again. Yeah, so that's something. Yeah, I looked at the M squared antennas. There was one on VK Classifieds not so long ago. There was a couple of them locally advertised. I don't know whether they sold or not. But they were there and then they disappeared. Whether it was just the time ran out on the ad, I don't know. But just looking around, I thought the quad idea sounded quite good. But anyway, that's another thing, something else to play with. And I do listen. I'm a constant listener. So I have been brushing up, catching up with software and reading articles. It's just a matter of getting something up in the air and taking it from there. Probably will do something similar to Hill with just mount them at probably an elevation of about 25-30 degrees. I have a normal KR400 rotator ready to take that sort of thing, and just leave a fixed elevation for now. As rotators with elevation are quite expensive, so that's where I'm at the moment. So I'll put it back to you, Hill, and you can throw it around again, and bring Bill FBI into the mix. VK2 HZ portable, VK2 FWAY.
Yeah, okay, Wayne, not a problem. That sounds like a good plan. The fixed elevation of my antenna seems to be okay. Not the best, obviously, but it does get me onto the satellites, and I can work them all. So, well, apart from SO50, as Bob said, was telling you, it spins an awful lot. So yeah, that can be a bit of a challenge, I think, with a fixed antenna anyway, if you don't have switched circular polarization antennas. My apologies for the video stream that's going out. Seems to have gone dark for some reason. I don't quite know why that is. I'm gonna have to reset the camera or something, which is a really old, cheap thing. Yeah, be good to get more people onto satellites. I know Danny is heading that way as soon as he can get the dog to dig that hole in the backyard. Round to you, Bill. Good evening to you, and welcome back. VK2 FBO, VK2 HZ portable. We must have taken too long. We've been talking too much this evening. VK2FBO. Bill, you there? VK2HZ Portable. I hear a carrier but no audio. Take one more listen. VK2FBO, VK2HZ Portable.
Yeah, sorry, I've just got some company here at the moment. Can I call you back when I'm free?
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Good to hear you back, Bill. Back round. Well, down the bottom of the list, we'll see if there are any further check-ins. This is the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club 2 meter net. Anyone's welcome to join us. You can find the website on bmarc.org and find information out about foundation classes which happen every 2 months, and the upgrade licenses which teachings which happen on a Wednesday evening, probably as we speak. Good evening to everyone there if they're listening. Any further check-ins? VK2HZ Portable listening.
VK2 EIR.
VK2 Delta Charlie.
Good evening. Good evening, Joe. Good evening, Daniel. Trust you're both well. Nice to have you along, and nice to hear some different voices on the net. So that's good. Round to you, Joe. Bob told me that you gave me a call, I think, on Saturday. I was still in bed. I did have a phone call from someone. I'm assuming it was you. I was still asleep. I had a big night. And maybe I need to get that meter back to you. Maybe that's what you were calling about. VK2EIR, VK2HZ Portable.
Yeah, VK2HZ Portable and the group. A very good evening to you, Hill, and a very good evening to everybody else there. And yeah, Bob was right. That's why I did call, but it shows the difference between our age group. At my age, I like to get up very early in the morning, and when I was your age, I did not. I got up much later. So yeah, that was what I was doing, and I'm planning to go out to the Blue Mountains again next weekend, and I was wondering if it would be convenient if I called to your place and picked up that meter, say perhaps on Sunday morning or Sunday midday about 12 o'clock. Over.
At the moment, yes, Joe, that wouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure what my family has in store for me this weekend, but at this point in time, I will say yes. Over.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was wondering if I'll give you my email address, and perhaps you could give me an address. I'm sure you don't want to give it over the airwaves. So my email address is joe.dempsey, DEMPSEY, at resmed, resmed.com.au. Over.
Yeah, okay, Joe, not a problem. I've actually got your email address, so yeah, I'll flick you off an email. That's no problem at all. Welcome to the net, VK2EIR, VK2HZ Portable.
Yeah, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable. Yes, thanks for that, Hill, and back to you, and a very good evening to everybody there on the net. Bob, you're giving in a good signal. Okay, you timed it out, but nevertheless, before you timed it out, you're coming in a really good signal. I haven't got your rotator back from the guy who was overhauling it yet, but I expect when it does come back, it's going to be quite a useful piece of equipment. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable and the group from VK2EIR. Over to you, Hill.
Yeah, okay, Joe, not a problem. And thank you for the loan of the meter. It's been extremely useful. And really appreciate that. So yeah, I'll get an email off to you. Thanks for joining the net. VK2DC, hi Daniel, VK2HZ Portable.
Yeah, VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2DC returning. Just
work done here prior to my next jaunt to the west, which is 2 weeks today. We're off to Western Australia, so it's going to be there for about 3 weeks. I hope to get lots and lots of pickies of flowers and orchids in particular. Good signals, really nice signal into the repeater. It's absolutely rock solid. So rather surprised how the antenna must be working between you and Lawson there, Hillary. It sounds really good. Nothing much to report here, except I haven't been on here for quite some time, and I just want to find out whether there's any Wi-Fi on the Indian Pacific, but it doesn't look like there is. However, not a problem. Just back to you there, and hi to everybody else that's on there. VK2 Hotel Zulu,
VK2DC, VK2HZ Portable. You lucky man. My wife wants to go on the Indian Pacific. Sounds like a wonderful trip. Yeah, your signal's a bit scratchy, Daniel. I don't know if that's normal. I haven't heard you for a long time into the repeater. For I presume you're at home. But a little bit of noise on the signal. Yeah, I don't think I'm that too strong. I think, well, the repeater, since they've changed the antennas, the signal's been a lot better, I think. The 2 meter repeater and the 77s repeater are working excellently. Everyone's done a great job. And Field VR for putting up the antennas, it certainly made a big difference, and I've heard a lot of people talking about the repeaters. Saying how good the coverage is of them again. So excellent job to everyone that's been involved. Good to hear you, Daniel. And if we don't talk before, have a great trip and have a great time. Down to the end of the list, and we'll just see if there's any further check-ins. We've got 10 minutes before the link goes down. So. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, listening for any late check-ins. My picture's still very dark online. I don't quite know why that is, why that's happened. Back round to you, Danny. VK2 WLS, VK2 HZ Portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 WLS. Well, by all reports, Zulu, you've got quite a crowd on tonight. Was last week, wasn't the second one. G'day, people are joining. Daniel, I seen your call sign up on the WI website is available the other day. Apparently they're having a few issues, so you might want to chase that up and see, make sure it doesn't get issued somewhere it shouldn't, just to save you a hassle if it does. That's pretty much it from me tonight, Gil. Thanks for showing that thing on your stream. I get what you mean. Just wondering before I do go, will you be home possibly sometime tomorrow afternoon, late-ish, say 7:30 over?
What's tomorrow? Where are we? I forget who I am and the time of day and the day and the month and everything at the moment. Where are we? Thursday should be. I can, if it's for the radio, I can drop the radio off back to you after work tomorrow. That would be around 5:30. VK 2 WLS, VK2 HZ Portable.
That's a negative there, Hill. I won't be here. I don't think I'll be here. I am going to the coast. I was just thinking I will be out, so on the way home I might drop in and pick it up. I just don't know what time that will be. It's not too late. I might give you a call on your mobile sometime after 5 if I'm back in the area, but if not, I'll arrange another time. But anyway, well and good. Thank you very much for running the net, and I'll be on the side of listening. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Danny, not a problem at all. Yeah, happy. Whatever's convenient for you is good for me. I finish work at just after 5, so I get home around 5:30, something like that. Yeah, I can drop it back anytime. That's fine. So give me a call or an email, and we'll work something out. So it's all good. Thanks for coming up, Danny. Really appreciate it to hear you. And where are we now? We're round to Bob, VK2AOR, the group, VK2HZ Portable.
VK2HZ Portable, VK2AOR, g'day to VK2EIR and Daniel, VK2DC. Sounds like you're tripping around again, Daniel. And I won't go into an explanation at the moment on the satellite antennas, but a question I did have for Wayne was how many elements are your quad antennas? That would be interesting. And do you know what the gain of it is? Yeah, sounds quite interesting, Wayne. And of course, there's many ways to skin a cat without choking him to death with butter. So you can use all sorts of antennas. So bit of experimentation and taking the plunge is a great way to find out.
Yes, just get on air.
Don't know gone down that track at this stage, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. Okay, thanks for running the net, Hill, and to everyone on the net, I'll say goodbye because the link's going to drop out shortly, but I'll listen to the end. Catch up with you later, Hill. VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2 Alpha Oscar Romeo.
VK2AOR, VK2HZ Portable. Yeah, okay, Bob, not a problem. Thanks for coming up. Very much appreciated, and good to hear you. And catch you on the satellite, no doubt, at some point on the new satellites. It seems to, well, the last pass of the day seems to come around just after I get home, so maybe catch you on there tomorrow evening, if you're free, or very early in the morning. I saw there's some large high passes very early, 5:30 or something in the morning. So I'm generally fast asleep then, and not even thinking of getting up. And Joe, I'm not that. I am old. Maybe I look youthful. Certainly do online at the moment. Yeah. Say no more. Round to Brian, VK2AAF, VK2HZ Portable.
VK2 Hotel Zulu Portable, VK2AAF. Yeah, thanks for the look at the antenna that you had there. But as I understand it, I thought we were running on 2.4 gigahertz and not 5.6. Is that correct? Or
2.4 is the popular one. Obviously, it's very crowded on 2.4, but the firmware, the Ubiquity firmware does transfer into their 5.8 gig devices, and also their 3 gig devices. So the handbands which are on those gigs, on those bands, and also on the 900 meg band as well, which is obviously not an amateur band here. So all of the above, Brian, but obviously the popular one is 2.4 gigs, but it is, as you know, very, very noisy on 2.4 gigs, and obviously usually better to stick to horizontal if at all possible on 2.4 gigs, which obviously gets rid of most of the, or lowers the received reception signal strength of just about everyone that's on vertical polarization on 2.4. So 5.8 gigs is a lot quieter, incredibly less quiet, and 3 gigs obviously there's nobody there, just amateurs. So all of those are possible, right? VK2AAF, VK2HZ portable.
Okay, fine business for VK2 Hotel Zulu portable, VK2AAF. Okay, well I'll take your advice when I get round to having enough money to stick up something for the broadband hamnet, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, my only concern would be propagation. Yeah, well, I know that microwave ovens are going to get in the way to some degree. You know, some of them are going to have invariably some amount of leakage, and it will interfere with 2.4 gig. And then there's of course all manner of Wi-Fi and other nonsense running around on there now. So, but we'll make a judgment call and see what works best when we get to that point. So, anyway, thanks for the information, and I am going to bail out at 8:58 p.m. I got to do a couple of things before I hit the hay. So, 73 VK2 Hotel Zulu portable. I'll see you next week. Here's VK2AAF clear.
Yeah, okay, Brian, not a problem. I've got this. Well, that 72 bucks. That's well worth the money. Let me put it that way. But I do have this one down here if anyone wants to try it. But again, it's either horizontal or vertical, and gonna have to have somebody to point it to see if it's going to be of any use. But quite happy to loan these out. So yeah, excellent. Thanks for coming on, Brian. Really appreciate it, and good to hear you on 2 meters, and rather than the noisy. I'm used to hearing you with lots of noise wrapped around you, Brian. So thanks for coming up on 2 meters. VK2FWAY, VK2HZ portable.
CTMS commands enabled.
I probably got blocked out there. Round to you, Wayne. VK2FWAY, VK2HZ portable.
VK2HZ portable, VK2FWAY, and the link to Bob has just dropped out. I was just going to say to Bob that the gain factor on the quads were 10.5 on the 2 meter and 12.8 on the 70 cent. The 2 meter one was classified as 12 elements, but 6 vertical, 6 horizontal. The 70 cents were 18 elements, 9 vertical, 9 horizontal, obviously, and dual fed with a phasing harness. And if he wants to have a look at it, go to www.wimo.com, WIMO, and click on the bit for X-Quad, and all the details are there. Quite a nifty little thing, and they're only very short. The boom length on the 2 meter is 1.46 meters, and on the 70 cent it's about 1.27 meters. So fairly small and very solid. So I'm sort of looking forward to that. Might make a little bit of difference to compare to what I'm running at the moment, as far as satellites go, anyway. But that's about all I was really going to say. And it's been a busy night, Hill. So I'll throw it back to you, and before I time out the repeater, VK2HZ portable, VK2FWAY.
Yeah, okay, Wayne, VK2 FWAY, VK2 HZ portable. Just looking on the site now. Why can't I see them? I'll concentrate after and have a look at that. That sounds very interesting. So yes, I need some. I could do with some decent antennas for satellites, but I seem to do okay at the moment. So I'm reluctant to spend any further money on that. And I've got some other projects that I really want to either start or finish. There's a few that I have to finish. One of the ones that I have to finish is ATV, and I'm desperately trying to get a signal up into the Lawson ATV repeater without much luck at the moment, because on 1296 it's 1250 megs input into the amateur TV repeater at Lawson, and struggling big time to get a signal into that. Can receive it okay, which is on 446 digital. Only just can I get that, but getting a signal, transmitted signal up into the Lawson repeater is proving to be a bit of a struggle. So it looks like I may need some high gain antennas from down here in my RF hole in Glenmore Park. Okay, round the Sept Bills with us again. VK2 FBO, VK2 HZ portable. No, he must still be busy with his visitors. Joe, you still there? VK2 EIR, VK2 HZ portable. Nope, Joe's gone. Daniel, you still there? VK2 DC, VK2 HZ portable.
Yeah, VK2 HZ, VK2 DC, yes, I'm still here. I know Danny is listening. He said he saw my call sign as being available on the ACMA website. I can't get into it. I'm obviously going in the right spot. If you're still there, Danny, can you point me in the right direction once I get into the ACMA website? If you wouldn't mind, or am I going searching blind once again? Unless you can tell me how to do it there, Hill. You've still got a good signal though, there's nothing wrong with it, it's absolutely beautiful. VK2HZ, VK2DC.
Yes, Danny, you still there?
Yeah, affirmative. It might be down, Daniel. They might have taken it off there to fix the problem. It's just I jumped on when people said there was 2-letter calls available when yours was one of them. So I just keep it in mind, but it's probably down so that they're fixing it over.
Yeah, but which site is, once I get into the ACMA website, where do I go?
Oh, come back to me in 5 minutes, Hill, and I'll have a look. I'll just look up your computer now, Daniel.
Alright, I'll just get this.
Yeah, they've got a, are you talking about the WIA site? Because I go there and look up what call signs are available. It's on the WIA site on the second menu down. That's actually down, that's the one that's down at the moment, because the feed from the ACMA apparently is playing up. So that's maybe if you go into the ACMA, that's probably definitely the reason. So there's a notice on the WIA site at the moment, and it's going really slow because I'm trying to stream video at the same time. So it says it's suspended at the time the online available call sign facility on the website due to some technical difficulties with the nightly data feed. The facility will remain offline while these technical issues are being resolved, and that's on the WIA site. So wia.org.au, if you go to your amateur radio license, there's a menu at the top, and under licensing and call signs, Australian amateur licensing and call signs, and the page that comes up there on the left hand menu public list of available call signs, and you'll see they've got a message there that says this page is currently offline for maintenance. So not sure if that's the one that you were going to, Danny. VK2WLS, VK2HZ portable.
Negative. Look up, go to Google, Daniel, google.com.au, type in ACMA license lookup, and it'll bring you to a page that the ACMA got register of radio communication licenses. I've just searched for your license and nothing is showing up, no matches were found. So I just did a search for mine as well, and let's see what happens. Yes, it's bringing mine up okay, but that's okay because mine wasn't affected. So it's yeah, go to your Google, look up ACMA license lookup, and it should be there. You can search by name, call sign, license number, things like that. Over to Daniel.
Yeah, no, I saw thanks guys, I saw the WA one said that site, that page was down, so I assumed that you were actually looking at the ACMA website, which I've gone into there now, so I'll have a look and there we go. Alright, no worries, thank you gentlemen. I will pull the plug on this one, and we'll let you go, and hopefully we can talk before I head off to the west. Alright, thanks for letting me in there, and all the best to everybody. VK2 Hotel Zulu, VK2 DC is clear, and QRT.
Yeah, okay, Daniel. Thanks for coming up. Have a good trip if we don't talk to you before then. And pleasure to hear you. I haven't heard you for a long time. Wayne, just you and me left. You get the last word this evening. For good evening to all the shortwave listeners. BMARC.org is the website of the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club. Take a look there. Foundation license courses every 2 months, and upgrade classes every Wednesday evening. And we're here every Wednesday evening, 8 PM local for the 2 meter net, and on Tuesday evenings, Brian VK2AAF takes on the 80 meter nets on 3543. Everyone's welcome. Don't need to be a member of the club. We welcome you up at the club. The next club meeting is scheduled for, I think, the 2nd, but there was some rumour that maybe that may change to the weekend after because of the holidays. So anyway, we'll keep you informed. Come and join the nets, and you'll find out all about it. Yeah, 2nd of October it says, Friday the 2nd of October, usually the first Friday in the month, but that may change, that may go to the 9th. We'll have to wait and see. Good evening to everyone. You're the last on the list, Wayne, you get the last word. VK2FWAY, VK2HZ portable.
VK2HZ portable, VK2FWAY. Oh, lucky me. Just back to where you said you were looking on the Wemo site, Hill. If you go onto their menu, you click on the antennas in brackets ham radio, open that, come down to VHF, UHF, SHF, open that, and that will, you'll see in that list there, you'll see X quad, and it shows the 2 different ones. And the price, €139, blah 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 blah, and then the technical things, phasing harnesses if required, etc, etc, etc. I just thought they looked interesting, and I like to be a little different than, you know, every man and his dog's got a Yagi, and I do like quads. But anyway, that's I diverge. But that's something. And pieces in the garage, waiting to get time off work when the weather's fine and it hasn't been raining, so I can get a dingo in the backyard with a post hole digger on it, and dig a hole and fill it full of cement and get the base part of my mast assembly in the ground, and then eventually get things in the air. Then I can move my UHF stuff, VHF stuff out of the way and relocate it in a permanent location and get all these things happening. It's all go here, and trouble is it's all, or maybe it's all wanting to go, but there's not much go happening because work gets in the way of all the fun. So I will have to catch up with you, Hill, and maybe get you to give me a talk through a bit more on these satellite programs of how to put these new ones in, etc., etc., etc. As I've got just the normal NASA ones loaded in there at the moment, and I've been listening around like that, and we'll take it from there. So I'll put it back to you, Hill, and you can close the net for the evening. And thanks for running it. VK2HZ portable, VK2FWAY.
Yeah, okay, Wayne, not a problem. Just had a look at that. They're a pretty good price. Those antennas. That looks very interesting. I'll go back there after the net and have a further read. Yeah, they look pretty reasonable. Very interesting. I wonder what sort of freight it would be to get them over here from Germany. And they look as though they collapse fairly small into a small package by the looks of it. So might be a worthwhile venture. As regards the Sept PC32, geez, my internet connection's going so slow because I'm streaming. I did put a video up on. Have you joined the AMSAT VK mailing list? That's probably a good place to start off with if you're not a member of that. AMSAT VK mailing list. Do a search for that. I'm sure you'll come across it. Otherwise, I think the details are in the amateur radio, the magazine, WIA magazine. And I'll just break. Yeah, I did put a video up on Ustream, I think, or maybe on my YouTube channel, or FaceTube as I call it, with regards to programming in, or not programming, but slotting in new satellites. So there is a video there on one of my pages, so you could take a look at that, and lots of information on. Do a search for PE0SAT in the Netherlands. PE0SAT. He's got an excellent site. You'll learn a lot from that web page. Okay, I'm going to close the net. It is now 9:16 local. So thank you to all the shortwave listeners. Thank you to everyone that joined tonight. Been a nice busy evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us. So thank you to everyone for coming up. BMARC.org is the website of the Blue Mountains Amateur Radio Club. Tuesday evenings 80 meter net 3543. Wednesday evenings at on this frequency at 8 p.m. local. Thank you for everyone for coming along. Cheers, Wayne. I'm going to go and get a drink. I'll probably be back in 5 minutes time if you want to chat further. VK2 Hotel Zulu, now taking on my own call sign, Victor Kilo 2 India Uniform Whiskey. Cheers Wayne, thanks.
Yeah, okay, Hill. I'm just sitting here listening. If you come back, I'll have a word with you. No problem. VK2IUW, VK2FWAY, listening.
Yeah, not a problem Wayne, cheers.